What does it take to create a monster? Not a beast with claws and fangs, but a monster with a human face, one that speaks with a calm voice, walks among us, hides in plain sight. What's the recipe for someone so empty, so disconnected, that their only goal becomes the erasure of everything? This isn't a story of good versus evil. This is a descent into the abyss of the human mind. Today, we're dissecting the chilling origins of Johan Liebert and the dark experiment that created him. At the heart of this story is Kinderheim 511, an orphanage that wasn't really a home, but a factory that cooked the humanity out of children. This is the recipe for a real-life monster. But what happens when you drop a genius into a system designed to break children? Most children broke. Johan adapted. Where others lost themselves, Johan embraced the emptiness. He realized something terrifying. A person with no identity can become anyone. He took the very tools of his abusers: manipulation, fear, psychological traps, and perfected them. It started with whispers, a fairy tale about a nameless monster. In a place already poisoned with paranoia, Johan lit a match. Children turned on each other. Staff cracked under the weight of fear. He didn't fight, he didn't scream. He just whispered the right words into the right ears and watched the orphanage collapse. Imagine being a child with no name, no identity, just a number. How long before you'd break? To understand what Johan became, we need to see what they did to him. Our story begins in post-war East Germany, a fractured country searching for identity. In the shadows, a secret project took shape. Kinderheim 511. On the surface, an orphanage. In reality, a laboratory. The children weren't students. They were raw materials, chosen because they had no families, no connections, nothing to anchor them. The goal was simple: erase their identities, strip away empathy, morality, even names, turn them into obedient tools, humans without humanity. But in their obsession with creating weapons, they overlooked one thing. Sometimes when you erase a child, what fills the void is something far worse. Child 47 woke up, no name, just a number, no possessions, no privacy, no identity. His first lesson wasn't math. It was destruction. It was called debate, but it wasn't about ideas. It was about annihilation. Children were ordered to verbally destroy each other, tear down every shred of identity until nothing was left. Lose a debate, and you didn't just lose an argument. You lost yourself. The education at Kinderheim wasn't education. It was psychological warfare. Friendships became betrayals. Trust was shattered. Drugs blurred memories. And under constant manipulation and trauma, the children detached from all emotion. This wasn't random cruelty. It was a recipe. Step by step, it boiled the humanity out of children, leaving behind empty shells. But one child didn't just survive the process, he mastered it. Johan didn't break under the system. He became its perfect product. He whispered the right words into the right ears. He planted paranoia in fractured minds. He lit a match in a room filled with gasoline, and then he watched it burn. Kinderheim 511 ended in massacre, staff and students slaughtered in chaos. And from the ashes, Johan walked away, not as a victim, not as a survivor, but as the perfect product of their experiment. This is Johan's true power. He doesn't create hatred, he exposes it. As he once said, hatred is born when people gather. I just poured a little oil on it. Johan doesn't invent monsters. He reveals the ones already inside you. He doesn't force people to kill. He makes them believe they want to. Remember the fairy tale? A long, long time ago, there lived a nameless monster. The monster was dying to have a name, so it split in two and went on separate journeys. For Johan, this wasn't just a story, it was a prophecy. He was the boy without a name, a child erased of self, a perfect, empty vessel. Johan believes life is meaningless, that true equality is found only in death. His goal? To erase himself and take everyone connected to him with him, to become the perfect nothing. So what's the recipe for a real-life monster? The ingredients: trauma, isolation, the erasure of identity. The process: systematic torture until humanity dissolves. The catalyst: a mind brilliant enough not just to survive, but to weaponize it. The scientists at Kinderheim 511 thought they were creating soldiers. Instead, they created Johan Liebert, a boy who proved that when you strip away humanity, sometimes what's left isn't obedience, it's annihilation. But here's the haunting truth. The real monster wasn't Johan alone. It was the people who designed the system, the guards who enforced it, the society that allowed it to happen. They tried to create a weapon. They created a mirror, and in that mirror, we see something terrifying. What happens when you strip away everything that makes us human? Johan Liebert wasn't proof of the monster inside him. He was proof of the monster inside us all. So what do you think? What's scarier? Johan's trauma or his manipulation? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you want more dark anime psychology that hits different, subscribe. Because this is just the beginning. See you in the next drop.